So I've done this before on Trello, which is also a project management tool. This is done on ClickUp. It gives you some ideas about how to break nutrition and exercise into separate projects. Whether you start with nutrition or exercise, it's completely up to you. I'm starting here with nutrition, and I broke it into three phases or sprints. You can see that this first is hyperprocessed food. There's not a lot of time between the idea and the execution of snacking on hyperprocessed food. So that's one reason. The other reason is it can drive cravings and it can also contribute to inflammation, which will show up on the scale as added weight. So you'll see fluctuations based on the food that you're eating, and it's not going to be clear what's happening. Once you've reduced hyperprocessed food and you've met your definition of done, then you can go on to optimizing whole foods. Now you have a better sense of your hunger and satiety because you're not being driven by as many cravings that may have been triggered. So then we can start looking at optimizing daily fruit intake, optimizing vegetable intake, switching to whole grains. How the exact numbers and servings and tasks in this will completely be determined by what you're starting with. Now we get to the point where we can add complexity. We have some basic menus, we have some basic meals, we've gotten into the rhythm of things, we've removed a bunch of the hyper processed food, so we have a better sense of satiety, and we're starting to eat a good foundation of fruits and vegetables. Now we can start looking at glasses of water, meeting dietary fiber goals, hitting protein goals, reducing sugar, designing a portion experiment to see if portion sizes are working for us. It really depends on what that next layer is going to look like for you. When you start focusing on exercise, it really depends on when you have your nutrition dialed in to a degree when adding this next element isn't going to unravel everything that you've created so far. And I broke this into two areas, starting with choose primary movement options. So you're going to want to do some assessments to make sure you're ready for exercise and that you can work on any issues that could result in repeat motion injuries. You want to sample different things. What's fun? What do you like to do? How do you like to move? What do you think you can fit into your day? And then schedule regular exercise windows. These could be flexible, but getting used to adapting your schedule to include workout windows makes a big difference. Now that you've gotten to know yourself a little bit better, you know what you like, you know how you like to move, we can focus on consistent exercise. You have a sense of what that's going to look like in your week, and you've gotten a baseline of how you're moving and what you could improve on. And now we're talking about a program that could be anywhere from 4 weeks to 8 weeks. This is continuous improvement. So you may have different goals right now than you'll have 8 weeks from now. That's why those assessments are important because you can reflect on what you've improved on and what you could continue to focus on.